Good evening. This is Dr. Bonner, and I want to spend some time talking to you about the syllabus, expectations from my end, and a little bit about the use of Blackboard. So some of you I know have taken my online social welfare policy and services 1 course, so you're going to be pretty familiar. None of this will seem very strange to you. For those of you who haven't, I encourage you to thoroughly investigate your syllabus. Think of this as a contract between you and I for the semester. So if you can open up the link to your syllabus, if you need to print it out, that's great, but I encourage you to be green and simply access the materials on the actual Blackboard site. On page 1, you'll have some helpful information at the top, my contact information. I have given you my cell phone number. If you are really having an emergency, feel free to use it. Otherwise, I'm very easy to reach, either via email or text, and I encourage you to take those routes. If you need to see me, you can make an appointment and we can talk on the phone, or again, you can email or text me at any time. I'm not going to read any of this to you, but if you take a look, the course description will kind of give you some insight into what we'll be doing this semester. The course objectives, the outcomes, core competencies, all of that material is in there for you to read. I do want to highlight the required text, the Jansen Becoming an Effective Policy Advocate 7th edition. Please make sure you get that as soon as possible. At this point, you guys know how grad school works. The first day of class, you're already behind, so start reading. I am 90% sure there's a copy of Jansen in the social work library, as well as the additional supplementary text. If you aren't able to locate them, please let me know so I can make sure that at least a copy are available to you in the library. But you want to get those books right away. You guys should all have an APA manual at this point. You are going to need that. Your papers are required to be in APA format. That is something I check when you're writing, and will deduct points for if it's not used properly. I don't necessarily think I need to make a long speech about cheating and plagiarism, but let's just be clear, those things are not acceptable. Every written assignment that you turn in will go through SWPSII in my class. I will be able to see if you have taken material from someone else's work. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, it is unacceptable. If you are not sure how to use someone else's material in your writing, I will be happy to point out some information, places where you can get help with that. Please access the Writing Center. Learning how to use APA effectively is very important, so you need to make sure that you take care of that. There's also a plagiarism quiz. You'll see that on the Blackboard site that you need to take. It's very important that you understand how that works. Let's see. If you have any special needs, please seek out the office of the Dean for Special Student Services and make sure you get that paperwork and any of those materials together. I know there's something that I have to sign and you have to sign if you go that route. And it's important for me to know if I need to make any accommodations for any students. So please take care of that immediately. You will see at the bottom of page 8, a section called Course Requirements, and this really talks about the technology you need to have access to successfully complete the Blackboard course. Please spend some time with this if you're not familiar with Blackboard. or if you have not taken an online class before, make sure that you have a computer or a laptop available to you that meets these requirements. Otherwise, the course will be ridiculously hard simply because you can't access the material. So make sure you read through that. Just to be clear, this is an online only course. We will not meet face-to-face at all during the semester. Make sure you read the section about the classroom learning environment at the bottom of 9, continuing on to page 10 in your syllabus. If you're new to Blackboard courses, it will give you some sense of what you might encounter. So further on, bottom of page 10 on to page 11, you'll have your major assignments. There are 3 policy meetings you need to attend. We are going to do some public testimony that you will present to the class electronically. And then they will comment, and then there is a final paper, and there is a midterm exam, along with weekly postings on Blackboard. That pretty much sums up the workload for the semester. Again, all of this information and the details are in the syllabus. I do want to just say about the meetings, the policy meetings you need to attend. I have provided 3 meetings. You will need to, I think, RSVP for 2 of them. And I would do that like today, like tomorrow first thing, to make sure that you can get in. 2 of them are in person. 1 is a webinar. And here's the bottom line with the meetings. They are due when they are due. So if for some reason you cannot go to one I have already selected for you, you are 100% responsible for locating another meeting, making sure that you can get to it, and turn in your written assignment on the day that experiential exercise is due. That's the only way I can make this work, and I know you guys are busy. Trust me, I understand. But I've done this for several years now, and this just really seems to work best. I try to do them early in the semester before things get crazy hectic, so try as hard as you can to attend the ones that I've already set up for you. If not, again, you are responsible for getting to or finding some kind of meeting. And I will take an online meeting, but you still need to clear it with me to ensure that it meets the requirements of the assignment. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, please head over to the discussion board. You can drop an anonymous note, or if you want, or if not, you can just drop a regular note with any questions or concerns about the assignment. As I said, the details follow below. And then in the syllabus, you will get the breakdown for the 2 units that we'll be going over. The first unit deals with policy formation, implementation, and analysis. And the second unit is really about providing you with advocacy tools and techniques that you can bring to bear. And this is regardless of where you end up in your practice. So very helpful whether you're in direct or if you are in macro practice. All of your readings, all of your information is there. And finally, perhaps one of the most important parts of the syllabus, the course calendar. And here I've laid out all of your dates, what assignments are due, and what content will be covered for each of those dates. So that's really your little Bible for the class. You want to hang on to that. That's all I want to say about the syllabus. Again, if you have questions, please hit up the Ask the Professor discussion board, discussion forum. I do want to say that for any of you who are new to online courses require as much, if not more work than in-person classes, because the onus of learning the material is really on the student. I'm going to provide you a framework. I'm going to provide you with materials. I'll try to provide you with, lots of interesting stuff to get you thinking. The discussion board, I think, when everyone participates, can be a very robust and powerful tool for learning in an online course. But you are not going to get the traditional relationships that you have in person. So if you're new to this, really try to engage as much as you can. The rest of you've done this before. Obviously, you liked it well enough to come back. So we had some great discussions in the discussion boards last semester, so I'm looking forward to reading what you guys have to say. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. I will post this, and I hope that you take an opportunity to walk through the syllabus very carefully. Make sure that if you have any questions, you get them answered before we get deep into the course. All right, that's it. Thanks so much.